How's it going, fellow nerds? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you being here. We've got a big project today. We are going to be building this bad boy, the Ork Battlewagon. Let's make sure that's in the image. God, it won't even fit in the image. It's so big, the box. There we go. Look at that. We are looking at building this variant here. I like the rock grindery, mash them to a pulp, rotating spiky boy thing, whatever that is. I don't know. I do like the arm though. I was considering putting the arm on as well, but I think we're going to stick with this one. Now, if you are interested in this, this is going to set you back somewhere in the region of 64 English pounds. I believe the current cost for this as a unit is 160 points, and it has transport capacity of 22, so you can have 22 orcs in it, unless of course you're going to use something with mega armor, which takes up 2 capacity points, and then something larger like Gazgul is going to cost you 4 transport points. Overall, it's a pretty good unit to get your orc boys in there to cause chaos amongst the enemy. How many sprues do we have? 3, 4, 5, and the transfers. I always like to see transfers in the box. Always very helpful, aren't they, for the insignias, etc. What have we got actually on these transfers? Basically all of them. What the heck, these are tiny. I don't know where you would put those. Might put a few of these on there. I guess I need to choose eventually what kind of colour scheme I want to do. I might go with, quite like these. Oh, I quite like those. Maybe we'll go with the blood X's. Who knows? That'll be for another time to decide. Right, let's get these sprues out of the way. I'm going to put them over to my left so we can have a little look. I literally just cleaned this and dusted it. It's all dusty and horrible again. Let's have a look. So I think this is called the Death Roller. 6. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I think it's called the Death Roller. So I would imagine it's that bone breaker or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Here we go. Oh, you can do the roller in the arm. Well, maybe I will then. Bone breaker. Yeah, let's do the bone breaker. Why not? Alright, what do we need? No numbers. Are we going with letters again on this one? Is this... or nothing? This actually doesn't even have numbers or letters, so I guess we are going to be struggling today. This is going to be a case of looking at the picture, and if it looks right, clip it off. Wow, that's new. So last week was new with just letters. This week we're moving on from letters, and we are nothing. Just look at the pictures. This feels like IKEA all over again. Spent the whole day, a couple of days ago, building a new Ottoman style bed. Pulling my hair out, put both the sides on the wrong way, and then had to take them all off and put them back on. Right, so that is this piece here, or this piece. Is it this piece? I think it's this piece. Yes, it's this piece. Right, okay, well let's cut that off and we will start building. I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody that's watched any of my other videos or has subscribed. Really appreciate it. We hit just over 1,000 views a couple of days ago, which, as I keep saying, is probably about 900 and XX amount more than I ever considered I would get on this channel. I just love sharing my process, or the evolution of me as a 40k hobbyist. I've got so much more stuff to build. I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you guys. I had my first ever 40k game the other day. Used my Tyranids. I got my ass handed to me. I realised I was playing them wrong afterwards. I was charging head first into battle and trying to devour everything. That didn't work. That did not work out well for me at all. I was playing against a very competent opponent who was teaching me as we were going. Thank you to him. Because I wouldn't have had the first clue what I was doing if it wasn't for him. He really helped me out. Appreciate that, Joe, if you're watching. Or if you ever watch. So that is going to go on there like that, right? So does that go flush at the back or the front? Because that could slide down. Oh no, it can't slide down anymore. Because it's got the little slits. Okay, alright. Well, let's glue that on. The first bit of glue is going in. How's my glue going to treat me today? It's going to be a jerk, isn't it? I think I need to get a new one of these. There's still loads in there. Why do you do this to me every single... Ah, there we go. It was just being stubborn. So that goes like that, and that goes on there. Bazinga. There we go. Why is that not going? There we go. How does that go on then? Just underneath? No? Oh, back there? Oh, in there! Okay, right, okay. I guess that makes perfect sense. So we'll get some glue in there. And we'll stick some across the top there. Okay, maybe this won't be as difficult as I initially thought. I feel like I might regret saying that. I feel like these instructions are a little bit in the way. I'm just going to shift them just over to there. I want to make sure they're still visible because a couple of you have commented saying thank you so much for the instructions. Because some of you are buying loose figures from like eBay and stuff. So if I can be of any help with leaving the instructions there, then it's always nice to help people out. Let's get this one cut off. Sprues are just resting precariously on my lap down here. So that's going to go on the side there then, right? Yes. And then what's this bit? This bit is over here. These are all on the same sprue, which is pretty useful. I'm not... Oh, hello, what have I done there? I thought I'd cut the plastic then instead of the... I mean, it's all plastic, but I thought I'd cut the model and not the sprue then. Whew! Okay. Crisis averted. I might actually run out of glue here. Oh, it's like scratching nails down a chalkboard. If you're old enough to remember what a chalkboard is. Show my age there a little bit. Well, that's not ideal. There we go. What is this part then? Is this the base? Where the tracks are going to go on there, I guess? Oh, I think it's like that, isn't it? The tracks will go on here. That's sort of this bit, and then the wheels. Oh dear. Isn't it nice just like seeing it evolve in front of your eyes? So that's needs to be like that. Ah, I should have glued those bits on. Yeah, I didn't put any glue at the front there. I'm kind of regretting that. Let's stick a little bit in there quickly. And glue that so that it stays tight. Yeah, it's a little bit warped at the front now. I'm just going to hold that. Right, what do we need to... So this is like this, so this bit needs to be glued on there. I would imagine that's where the wheels are going to go on the front wheels. Let's try and do this with one hand, shall we? Hey, look at that. What an absolute pro. Does that go on there? Yeah. Beautiful. So I guess we'd do the same with the other side? No? Doesn't want me to. Yes, it does. I missed the stage. I have this terrible habit of just overlooking parts like that. I really should pay more attention, shouldn't I? There's been a few mishaps in the past. You would have thought, where did that go? I just dropped that. Where on earth did that go? Ah, there you are. Yeah, a little sneak went underneath my chair. There we go. Now the wheel's stuck on the rug. Okay, we're back on course. Let's get that in there. Get that stuck on there. Right, that is that. So now we're at this stage here. We've finished that. So now we need to put these side parts on, these upper parts. And they are not on that sprue. So we're going to be switching to another sprue. Looks like it's this one. Yes. So we're going to cut both of those off. Put that to one side. So let's make sure we put these on the right way, shall we? So that looks like that goes there. On top. Like so. Yes, right, okay. So probably best to glue the whole top of both of these. Slow and steady wins the race. Had to think about that for a second. Really don't want to be gluing those on the wrong way around, do we? It's like some sort of spaceship at the moment. There we go. It starts to take shape, isn't it? What's next? So we've done this bit. We need to put the wheels on. So let's chop the wheels off. What's these over here? We've got a grill, some pointy bits. Let's cut these off so we can get the sprue put away. When I say sprue put away, I mean chucked over the other side of the room for the time being. No, not really. I've got another unit to my right hand side, which is what's got my DJing equipment on it, because I do a little bit of DJing every now and again. That's some sort of weapon, isn't it? don't think we're going to need that because I think we're going to go with the Bone Crusher or whatever it was called. Right, that sprue can be disposed of. Just up there. Let's put those up to the right hand corner. Out of the way. Right, we need the wheels. So there should be 8 of these. Not quite sure why they thought that was necessary to put that bit in the middle. I guess these should go together nice and easily, he says. Like that. Right, okay, nice. Let's slap some glue in there then, shall we? There's one wheel, and we'll put that there. Just checking how much glue I had there. Felt like I was running out. These are so awkward to cut off sometimes. Especially with the camera just up there, it's not actually as far away as it looks from the models. It's only about maybe 2 feet away. And then I've also got a light that I'm using to illuminate the desk, otherwise it will be dark. And that's even lower. That's almost, it's almost in my eyes. I use that as part of the magnifying glass that I use when I'm painting. That is really not coming out of there that well. Yeah. What's going on with this glue? Why are you being a dickwad? It's not, doesn't look like it's blocked. Right, that part's definitely not blocked. Ah, that bit looks like it might be a little bit. See if that helps. Seems to have helped a little bit. That's a very loud motorbike that just went past my house. Hopefully they stick together. Yeah, it's coming up much better now. Good. I'd help if I cut the other one off, wouldn't it? Oh, I did cut the other one off. What is going on? Well, that's the 4 wheels put together. So we'll stick them on then, I suppose. Let's get some glue in there. If it will come out, you know what? Let's yeah, let's stick it on these. I probably don't need anywhere near as much glue as I'm putting on, if I'm completely honest, but I don't want stuff coming unstuck or coming off. So they're going to go on. Now I've got to be careful because there's 2 different types. So it looks like these ones go on the back. And then these smaller armoured ones go on the front. I say smaller. They're only very slightly thinner, as you can see. They've also got this little bit, I don't know whether that's, as a matter of fact they're even different, and those 2 go on the opposite sides according to that image. So let me switch those over, because that's got a little, like a groovy bit in there, and that's just flat. And I noticed the groove is this side, so make sure we follow it exactly. Right, so make sure those instructions are visible for you, just in case you need to copy it. So the truck is there. Can we move that over a little bit more? Yes, we get away with that, can't we? Right. So we've got is that a doorway? Now where is that? Those little wall bits and the door. I think I found it here. Is it that? I think it might be. I think it's that part, isn't it? Looks like it to me. That's the only part that I can see that remotely looks the same. Right, let's cut that off. So that part, so if we turn the truck around, that part looks like it's going to go in there. Or not, because, you know, why would it? So I must go that side. Why does it look like it fits better that way? What? Oh, it does go that way. Holy cow. Right, let's glue that. Sometimes I do wonder what's going on in my head. So it does go that way, right there. Of course, that looks exactly right now. There we go. Oh my god. Right, okay. Let's just take that back a little bit, pretend that didn't happen. Erase your memory. So this part looks like it goes there. Is that right? No? Oh, it goes that way. That makes sense, doesn't it? Like that, right, okay. So we'll stick a little bit of glue down there. If my glue will come out. There we go, finally. And then we'll stick a bit down there. Going to hold that in place for a couple of seconds. Lovely. And then we've got a flat part, which I think is this. I think it's that part. That looks the same, doesn't it? Yes. And that goes there like that. Alright. Yes, right, okay. Let's get some glue on there. And just hold that. Oh, hello. Hold that just for a second. Beautiful. Now, that grill bit that I cut off earlier looks like it comes into play. It goes on there. That's a little bit frustrating. Mind you, this is all going to be covered over, isn't it? Because I would imagine some people like to paint the detail in there. However, not me. Nobody will ever see it, is my logic. Because it's inside a grill, inside the cab, which will also be all attached and glued on. Right, the sides now. So, where are they? Oh, they're on here. Is that? That's one of them, isn't it? Yes. Right. So that's that part. And then we've got this part here. I love the fact that on a lot of the Ork equipment, they've just got these like exposed fuel tanks, which obviously you would need to keep very well hidden, or at the very least protected. So let's just keep that at the angle that it's at. So that goes on there by the look of things. Does it go on the outside? I think it goes there like that. That is not sitting very well. What's preventing that? Ah, there. There's a little bit of the sprue just sticking out. There we go. Which was preventing it from going flush. That's better. So we want some glue down here. Lovely, and a bit there, and down the side. In fact, I've put way too much there, but whatever. I'd rather have too much than too little, so it takes hold and sticks nice and... That's really warped. Gonna have to hold that for a second or two. There we go. And this will go the other side. Always do a little dry run first. That does not go there. Where on earth does that go? Oh, it overlaps, I see. Just this bit at the back overlaps. Okay. So we're gonna what's going on here? Why is that sticking up? Oh, anyway. Get some glue all the way along the edges like that. And then down the edge there. Beautiful. That actually sits a lot more snug than the other side. Is that the back? That's the back, right? This bit's the back. What's next then? This big chunky boy here. We've got like a step or something here, and that thing there. So that's that. That goes like that by the look of things. And then it looks like this thing here. That's that. Where's this thing? I think that's that. I would imagine that goes the other side, but I don't see it on the diagram yet. Diagram? Instructions, whatever you want to call them. So I'm not going to put it on there yet. So that goes in there, right? Yes, it does. Okay. Beautiful, big chunky green boy footstep. I think that goes in the middle, doesn't it? On the inside. Appears so. Doesn't look very flush this side. It's even worse this side. Okay, it's flush enough. So that is that part. Let's turn that page over then. Excuse me. So we need this part here by the look of things. Don't forget to cut those bits out of the middle. You almost need curved clippers for those bits. Just go around and tidy it up from the inside with the finished part of the clipper. You can get right close and tight then. And you ping me in the eye. Get these out of the way. Up there with the rest of the rubbish. Off screen. Right, okay, so. Where does that go then? Ah, on there like that. That fits nice and snugly. Okay, what else do we need? This exhaust and the step. So the step is up here from earlier. And the exhaust pipe is where exactly? Here is the exhaust. Down the bottom. Right, so this step is going to go in first. Nice and simple. He says, but if you're not new here, you know nothing's ever very simple here. Right, where does this go? In there. Let's tidy that up first. There we go. Bit of glue in there and there. Ah, let's not forget to cut that little sneaky part off. Plonk that in there, start to come together, and then glue that top part in. I like it when there's little slits or edges to guide you. Makes things very straightforward. So that goes in there like so. Let's make sure that's all nice and flush. I like it. What is next? The back. So we've got lots of parts here. Where are they? Okay, here's one of them. That's that part, and then the other side. And then I think it's these two parts. Yes. Nice. Right. Where do they go? There and there. they will go on the back. Okay, right. There goes the dog. Somebody's disturbed her. Little dog with a big attitude. Right, stick that one on there. Now this bit on this side. I guess with these it doesn't really matter if it's all that tight and smooth, does it? Because ork stuff is kind of what's going on here? It's kind of renowned for being kit bashed together, isn't it? In the real world, anyway, not in their world, I should say. There we go. What is going on with this one? There we go. No, it's still not. Still being a little bit of a jerk. There we go. Just hold that for a minute. Lovely job, right. So now what side do these go? That goes that side and that goes that side. Why's the glue not coming out? Good heavens. There we go. And the last door. Well, not the last door. The last bit of this. Lovely. What is next? We've got some actual doors now. And that big exhaust thing. I think that's this bit that I pushed to one side earlier. If I'm looking at that right. Certainly is. What's going on there? When I go together, there's a little bit of sprue in there. That is extremely irritating. Why have they done that? There we go. Got to really force that together. There we go. Then this bit goes in there, by the look of things. And then that looks like it attaches right at the back. Into one of these. What? Oh, the chain goes into there, so got to line that up. God. Okay. Well, I better do that before it dries, huh? So that basically goes in there, and then the chain needs to fit in there. Like that. That doesn't look right. I mean, I guess it is, but... that's weird, isn't it? That looks a little bit better. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. I would imagine there's one for the other side as well. Okay, so where are these doors? I think they're here. No, that is not the doors that are on that image. Do we have other doors? I don't see any other doors. It must be these doors. Right, well that's definitely one of them. Or is it just one door? Let's show me. So we need that little handle, which is here. What are they called? Those little round locks that you see on like submarines and boats and stuff. So that needs to be glued this side. And then that goes on there. Okay. Gonna need two little... does it matter which way? I guess not. But it shows it this way, so that's the way it's going in. Okay, we've got the grilled door this side. That's this one. And then the other door the other side. Love it. Right, what is next? So we've got the doors all on. Got that exhaust on. What are these parts? They seem to go on top of the various parts of now. Make sure I don't cut the wrong part off here. How many parts are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in that image. Where's that fourth part? So we've got, what parts do we have? So we've got that part. We've got that part. I think that's that part. And then there should be one more, which I guess is this bit. The only part I can see that resembles the other parts. So I think that's that. Okay. So where do these go? So we've got this part appears to go there. Can't be right. On the outside. I guess it does. It's just that there's bits where it's broken. Is this supposed to be like that? It looks like it goes there like that. That is very interesting because that, yeah, I guess it's supposed to look like it's all welded together, isn't it? Or slapped together. It's interesting when you're so used to building the things that are all flush and well built. You come to an orc vehicle and you're like, what the frig? Okay, I guess that sits there. Okay, what's that? A bit goes there and that bit's there. So this part here goes there by the looks of things. Okay. These are going to be very flimsy. I feel like I'm building the wrong vehicle. I guess not, because the top will go on. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't accidentally building that one. I guess we don't put the top on with that one. Imagine that, got all this way and I realised I built the wrong bit. So that bit goes on there, by the looks of things. Does it? I think. It's the only way that I can see where it might go, like there. So I think that probably does go there. I think I'm very close to running out of glue. That does not look right. I suppose it is though. And then this last bit. Oops. That wasn't ideal. Goes on there. It just doesn't look right, but clearly it is. Okay, so what's this bit here? We've done that. We've done all of that. So what's this bit? We need to find that. Okay, it's not on that sprue. Let's see it on there. Let's go back to the one that we just had. There it is. And then that goes on there. Is that right? Where's that? Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's a slightly longer one. We need the shorter one, which is just here. Sorted. Let's turn the page. Now the fun part. What weapons do we choose? Let's do it. Let's commit. We're going to commit. So what do I need? I need these bits. Where's my clippers gone? I'm all over the place now. Decisions to make. That is the wrong one. That is the wrong gun. Where is the gun that I need? Where are you hiding? Come on, come out. There you are. I see you now. It's this one, isn't it? Yes, right. Okay, I'm committing. We're going in. You're either watching this right now going, no, 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 not that gun, not that gun, it's the wrong choice. Or you're going, yes, that is the one, that is the one you need. That is the biggest git. Well, anyway, we're having this one. Seems like there's some sort of cap on the back as well. Which one is it? It looks like it's this one. Turned the bloody glue up the wrong way as well. Yeah, I'm definitely getting low on glue. I may have to go buy another one. Good job the shop's not too far away. I actually have a game workshop, or Warhammer as it's called now. I'm showing my age there a little bit, aren't I? Have a Warhammer probably about 15-minute walk away from me. which is handy. I don't like the way that these are like only like half full though. That's disappointing. I'm sure they'll tell you there's a reason for that. Oh, it's to like let the glue breathe or some bullshit like that. It's just so they can sell you less for more. Maybe I'll buy a different one. Maybe I won't buy a Citadel one. Maybe there's one that's a better value for money. If you guys know a better glue or one that's better value for money, let me know in the comments. Right, so that is the gun. So what do we do now? We're going to plonk that just off the screen for a second. So we need this. We need to build this. Where are the parts for that? I found one of the parts. That looks like that part, yes. And then we need the curvy wool. What? Which part? Oh, there's different ways of making it. Because there's this zigzaggy wool. I guess that's just a choice. You don't have to, but I'm definitely going to have that broken orcish looking wool because that looks cool. If I can even find it. Where is it? What? Ah, here. Definitely having that wall. That's an easy choice to make. So that's going to go there, right? So we need the curved wall. Well, there's two. One's got a door. The door would be upside down if I put it there, so I guess it's this part. That's the only part that makes sense. Oh, I guess the door goes on the back here. Yes, it does, right, okay. Just getting slightly ahead of myself there. Let's get this glued on. Why is that not flush? Is that supposed to be angled? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't think it is. Oh, it is. Of course it is. This wall's angled as well. Just clean that up on the edge there. There we go. For fuck's sake. There we go. Isn't it crazy how the smallest little piece of the sprue that's left on there, it's less than a millimetre thick and it can create so many problems. Right, that's that. So we need the bits that hold the gun. I think are these parts here. They seem like they're right, but then they maybe, that would make sense that they went with that. Have we got any on here? No, I don't see any. Although I do see the back door bit, so let me just cut that off whilst I've got it on my radar. Because that's going to go on the back, surely. Like that, yeah, right, okay. Oh, look at that. Dropped it and it stayed there. Okay, well those bits that I thought might be for the claw are probably not, because they're the only bits that look remotely like what I need. So these go on the back of the cannon like that, by the look of it. I'm not going to glue those. I will glue them once they're in, because that needs to go in there, doesn't it? So it needs to be hanging out like that. Yeah, okay, right. Maybe we will glue those in, but I'm gonna have to be quick about it. Bit of glue in there first. Bit of glue in, oh Christ. Bit of glue in each of those holes. Why is that pushing off? That's weird. Right, let's get them in there. Make sure it's angled nicely so the gun's not pointing at the floor. Love it. Right, good stuff. That needs to go back just a little bit. Love it. Right, let's not fiddle with that too much. So now the back part. And I guess the side will go on as well, so let's just get the glue all the way around whilst we've got the glue flowing nicely. For the first time today. And of course there's a bit of sprue that I've missed. Oh, there's another bit as well. What the heck? There we go. Sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes the cement or glue or whatever you want to call it will just melt it enough. On this occasion it's being a bastard. There we go. No, that's still being a bastard. That's being a right bastard. I'm going to have to fix that with some green stuff, I think. Okay. The last bit, the door, the side wall part. Where is that? There it is. Before all the glue dries. There is still some glue in there. I can see it. It's just playing hard to get. And then that goes in there like that. Nicely coming together. Just hold that for a second, without sticking my finger to it, hopefully. Love it. Right, okay, that is good. That's looking nice. That is slightly wonky, but straighten that up. This is where I need tweezers. I cannot get my finger down there. That'll do it. Why is that not sticking? That's why. There we go, that's sticking now. Beautiful. And the lid to go on top. Just want to make sure that's not going to fall out. Okay, good. Imagine sticking the lid on and it just all bloody comes off and starts rattling around. That would suck. I'm going to come at it from the bottom here so I can get it closer to that circle. Yeah, we'll have to give it another little once over, because that's still big bits sticking off. There we go. Just shave those down. There we go. Just rub it against it. Beautiful. Right, stick that on. Random. Why is that not fitting in there? Ah, there we go. Just needed a little bit of a pinch to get in there. There we go. That is a big gun. It's bigger than a freaking orc. So where the heck does that go then? Because it doesn't go on there. Something else sits on top of this. We've got something that goes in there and then something that goes over the top by the look of things. I would imagine it's this thing over here. But we'll get to that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's put that out of the way for a second. Let's also get the truck out of the way for a second. Because they are done. Oh, they're not done at all. Hold on just a minute. What's these little guns on the side? Where are they? Do we get those on our one? Yes, we do. They're in the image there. So let's find those little guns. The little Dakar guns. There they are. They look like little anti-aircraft guns, don't they, or something? This is a lot of fun to put together, guys. If you're considering getting one of these, I definitely recommend it. Right, so the shorter gun on the top. So we'll drop a little bit of glue in each of these holes. Like so. And it's the longer gun underneath, isn't it? Yes. I want those kind of angled as well, so they look like they're shooting up almost. Like I say, they look like anti-air. What? What is that? Well, now I'm confused. Oh, okay, so that side has the longer one at the bottom, that one side. Okay, that confused me for a second. And that one's got the longer one at the top, as you can see there. I thought I had two of the same side. I was like, what the frick is that all about? Right, that is done. I'm going to put that out of the way. Okay, so we need these parts. I'm just trying to go over it in my head how this is going to come together. So ultimately I think this is going to go on top of this part. Is that right? Well, this bit actually fits in the slot, doesn't it? So that goes in there, and then this goes on top of that, but obviously the ork goes inside. Just trying to picture it in my head. So that's going to go. Which way does that go? That goes like that. On top of there. Like that. So that will sit on there. So we've got the machine gun, which is kind of, he's looking off over here with his binoculars. So if I've got that right, let me think. So the gun, so that would be like that. I think that's for the hatch, isn't it? Here, the gun would be there, and he'd be looking off over here. So then that would sit on top of there. Obviously, we need this other part, don't we? Let me just cut it off so that we can have a little look. I'll bring the truck forward. I realise I'm talking about something that you can't even see off the screen. Bear with me, bear with me. We get in there. So let's bring the truck forward. So this is going to go on top, isn't it? Sort of somewhere. Where does that go? I think it goes there, doesn't it? Somewhere? Ah, there, like that. So then that, does it go like that? And then that will sit in there at the front. And then this will obviously be covered over with the hatch. And then we'll have the roof here, and then the claw coming off the back. Right, okay, alright. That does go on there, doesn't it? Or does it go? I think it goes there like that. Seems odd, but that's the only way that it looks like it fits. I wonder if it goes forward a bit more. No? Okay, I don't know. I feel like it goes there. Anyway, we'll get to that. Let's get the truck out of the way. And the big gun. Let's focus on building this machine gunner orc dude. Okay, so we've got this. It's telling me to glue it, so we're gonna go ahead with the glue. Ta-da! It's like a little UFO. Oh dear. So, one of these little bits. Oh, where are you? Ah, there you are. I see you out of the corner of my eye. So we need one of those. Of course I chose the hardest one. Of course I did. Get off, you jerk. Right, I'm going to twist you off. And then I'll clean you up. There we go. So that's that bit. There's the other bit then. Looks like it's this piece. They are all very, very slightly different. That's got the little bit underneath. Or on top, wherever that goes. So that slots into there, right? By the look of things. Or does it go that way? No, it goes the other way. It goes that way. And then that goes on top. That way. Oh, I've just cut something off I shouldn't have cut off. Whoops. Well, we live and we learn, don't we? In fact, it doesn't matter because I've got a spare one, I'm just realising. So that's going to go there. We will put that to one side because we made a bit of a mistake there. I'm going to put that there. I do have two additional ones. And I'm realising I'm probably only going to need one of those. So yeah, be careful guys if you're doing that. Don't cut this little bit off the bottom here, which I thought was part of the sprue, because it's not. In fact, that is different. That's round on the bottom. The other one was square. So I may actually just have to jury rig that and just glue that on. That is quite frustrating. There's still plenty there to contact with though, so it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to have to be a little bit more patient with it drying. Okay, so it would have gone on like that. Yeah, okay. There we go. Like I said, not the end of the world. Just straighten that up. Make sure it's on there firmly. Leave that to dry for a second. The machine gun, which I'm going to find and cut off the sprue, but I'm not going to stick it on. Like I said, I want to give that a minute just to dry. So where is that machine gun? There it is. I guess we can choose. Can we choose? No. Straight up just says the blue gun. Okay, well, I'll stick with that. Put that there just for a sec. Like I said, I'm not going to stick that on just now. Although I am realising that may need a bit of force to get in there. Yeah. So I may have to give that just a little bit of time to dry. Or I could snip those off very carefully and just glue it in there. Right, we want binoculars, so let's find an orc body. We got one here. Where are the orc faces? I actually haven't seen any. Where are they? Ah, here. So what face is that? It's got the little aerial sticking up. So this one then. Let's glue that on. So we need the binoculars now, don't we? It looks like that's this. Okay, where are the binoculars? I think that's them there. Don't cut the aerial off. Is that them? Yes, it is. So that's just going to go on there like that. Right, okay. Let me just snip that little bit of sprue off there. Loving life. Yes. On there like that. And then stick them on him, I suppose. Oh dear, I love some of these models. I think they're freaking hilarious. I like to think he's looking completely the wrong way. So then that sits in there. Is that right? So we just plonk a bit of glue on the bottom then. Now, if I've got that right, he is just looking over that way. Like that. Okay, right, what we got? We need the lid. Which I think is this one. Okay, so he is glued in there. I did also build this the guy with the claw. However, my camera decided not to record that. So anyway, he's finished as well. Not really sure what happened there. Camera decided to switch itself off towards the end of me sticking him in after I stuck the little bit on the bottom just to try and firm him up. Anyway, so yeah, missed a few minutes of me just putting that together. It was pretty straightforward. Literally just attach this part here, these two glued together, put them on, and then put his arms on and his head, and he's ready to go. Now, what I was also saying, before I realised it's not recording, so it looks like we're going to be building these here. I can't see the orcs in the back of this version, but we're building a slightly different, but sorry, it's this one here, isn't it? So they are in the back there. So I thought we didn't need those, but it looks like we do. So we're going to start building those now. So we've got two orcs that will be stood up in the back, and they'll be looking out of the sides here and here. So we're going to get those built. So let's just cut both of those off because we know we're going to be using them both. And I think they're identical, other than a few little difference. So like he's got the skull hanging down from his belt and this one hasn't. It's got like a plate armor or something there. Looks like he's got some sort of strapped leather armor. But it's going to be pretty much the same for both of them, I guess. We've got some arms there, haven't we? Now, what do I need? I need the machine guns and the little bits to put them in. So we cut one of those off earlier, didn't we? So we've got one there. We'll put it there for now. Let's get these gunner and claw out of the way. So we need the other little mounted parts. Where were they? They were on a different sprue over here, weren't they? Don't see it on there. Probably was though, wasn't it? I am pretty terrible at spotting things on sprues sometimes. Honestly, it's on the first one. I'm sure it's on here. It's here, it's there. Good grief. Right, that's that. I'm going to be checking that damn camera all the time now to make sure it's not just decided to switch itself off. So I guess it's these guns here, because they're the only ones that look remotely like they would fit. The other ones are massive. It would be hilarious having two great big massive guns sticking out the back, but well, we've got the bodies and the guns. We need to glue the magazine on to the side of the gun. Looks like it's going to go like that. So we'll stick some glue on there. I think that's going to be alright, isn't it? Why is that not sticking? That's better. Okay. Same as this one. Give that a oh, hello. Just drop it. Give that a second to take. And just leave that there for a second. We need the little shield bits. I realise I haven't got them on. Still, there they are. First, hey, what's the chances? First Sprue I picked up. Well, I've just cut the corner off that bit, but hey, who cares? It's ork shenanigans. So it's probably badly cut and welded anyway, isn't it? So that goes over the top of the gun, so does that. That goes on that one by the look of things. Where does it go? Over the top of that, like that? That can't be right. Is it upside down? No. So that goes there. Where's the round? Where's the other one gone? It's there. So that goes on there. Oh, okay, right. So that sits on that. I think I might have that one up. Oh no, wait, that's right. Yeah, okay, right. I shall shut up. Let's get that on there. Here it is. I'm losing track here, everything. Making all sorts of mistakes. Put that like that. And then this one sits over the top of that, right? Yes, okay. That needs to be angled slightly back because there wasn't enough room. And then that's going to sit over the top like that. I feel like that's wrong, but it's not. Okay, we won't argue. Right, we need to build the wheel now. Or do we? Oh, my wheel is stuck. Talking of wheels, my chair wheel was stuck on the side of my rug. We don't. We need to build these. So we need to put the arms on them. If anything, this glue's coming out too well now. So that needs to go like that. We need some heads for them. Have they got specific heads? I mean, there's only 2 heads left, so I guess they're getting both the orc heads. That looks like a runt's head, or whatever they're called, the other one. So we probably don't want to stick that on one of these. Let's just jack a head on him. In fact, let's stick a bit of glue on that one as well, so we're not rushing to... Whichever head I grab is going on this one. There we go. Let's put his arms on before that glue dries on the side, because it's already very tacky. Sometimes it's better that it's a bit tacky anyway. I also realised why my camera switched itself off. It did it again. I ran out of storage on it, so I deleted some old stuff that I don't want, so I can continue making this video. I think it's because this video is a long one. As you're probably aware if you've been around or flicking through, either way, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you watching the whole thing. If you stay for the whole thing, I'm going to give you one of those. That's a high five, by the way, not a slap. Okay, right. I don't think it's wise to glue the gun to them just yet. I think that's going to fall off, so I'm going to not do that. My fear is, though, that if I don't, the gun's going to be like aiming at the floor or some shit, and that's going to be extremely frustrating. So I want to make sure those arms are in a good position. Kind of almost, I'm using the chin as a guide, I guess. So they're almost like level or straight with the chin, or trying it for it to be. Hopefully I haven't ballsed that up. If you're familiar with the channel, you're probably going to be shouting out right now, yeah, you've messed it up. It's probably going to be messed up. Right, what do I need? I need these things. Where are they? There they are. So we need these with the star bits on, and then these other bits that appear to be this side of that. Right, we'll get them all cut off. Sprue. The Sprue Cutter Chronicles. Quite like that name, you know. That's why I named the channel after it. I say after it, like it's something else. It's a name that I thought of, so pretty chuffed with that. Surprised I got it. It's one of those things, isn't it? YouTube's got so many users and so many channels. It's difficult to get the names that you want. Right, okay, so that looks like it goes on there. Is that right? Yes. Okay, let's glue that on. Let's put that to one side. Glue on my finger then. Right, so we've got both sides. So now we need the wheel. The grinder. Imagine this thing coming toward you. It's it's like the Gene Stealer vehicle that I built a few weeks back. The rock grinder. I think that was what it was called, wasn't it? Goliath rock grinder. I'm not very familiar with Gene Stealer cult. I do think they're pretty cool though. I don't think there's a bad faction. I'm not a fan of the Eldari. Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just not a fan of them. I don't own any of them. It's not something that appeals to me. I don't know what it is about them specifically though. I like literally every other faction, even the Tau. I know the Tau get a lot of grief off of people, but even those I think are kind of cool. Certainly not my favourite. I think my favourite are orks, to be honest. Right, so we've got that. So we need the sides. I do like the Adeptus Sororitas. They're high up my list of favourites, and the Tyranids, obviously. Obviously, he says. That was the first army I started collecting. But if I absolutely had to pick a number one, I think Orks would be my number one. And then Adeptus Sororitas will probably be second. So these go on like that, right? Okay, that's nice and easy, isn't it? We'll just... I dropped glue on the table. That could be the... Imagine if that's the final drop that I needed. I say I dropped it on the table. I dropped it on the cutting mat. Right, that's that. So I guess these just go on like that. Doesn't really need to be. Oh, well that's. Right, that's that one. Gonna need to make sure all of these are properly snipped. Yeah, we're gonna want some on these parts as well, aren't we? Just so that we've got some additional grip. So that's on there nicely all the way around and then connected together. Whoa, just threw the glue at myself. What a legend. Right, that's nicely together. That's actually a lot more flush than I thought it was going to be, considering that's round. Oh, I need to turn that round, I think. The lines don't join up. They still don't want to join up. What the fuck? Oh, it doesn't matter, does it, too much? Who's going to look at that anyway? I think that needs to be switched around, that one. I'm going to do it just because. No, they don't join up at all. What? Unless that other one goes there. No. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world, is it? Now let's get some glue down this end. Love that. Just running over their enemies, chopping them to mushing them up. Next page. Right, so we ignore all of that. Oh no, we don't ignore all of that. We can ignore that part. We probably want to stick those on still. Let me just put that out of the way. Where are they? They are here. Get those cut off of there. I think there's two more. They're at the top here, so we'll get those off as well. And then we're ready to put those on. And then And then I may as well cut this. This is the last part of this sprue, so I'm just going to cut this off as well, because we know that's going on, don't we? It's going on the back here eventually. Once I've got those orcs in there with their machine guns. And then we can get this sprue out of the way. There is nothing else on that, is there? Just making double sure. There is actually. There's something here. Little badges. And that's why we double check. Right, triple check. Nothing on there. Get rid of that sprue. And put my spares away. Right, so I'm going to get that out of the way. And I'm going to move those out of the way as well. Just done a little bit of a tidy up there as you go. Right, okay, so these go on the side. So let's bring the truck back in. But I haven't seen him for ages, have you? Or her. It. So what we got here, let's have a look. Where are we? We're over here, so we ignore that part. We need to stick the orcs in, it's telling me. With their machine guns. Now, what is this thing here? Oh, okay. That's these, right. Then we're just going to shift you up there for a second. Right, so let's come back to this. So these are stuck over there like that. Is that right? Yes, I think that is right. If it's not, then, well, then I'm in trouble, because that's where I'm sticking it. And it seems right. What do I do with it? Oh, there it is. So that goes like that, right. And then I guess we're gluing these guys in. So the guns will go in. I'm going to put the guns in first. It feels like that makes more sense to me. I don't know, does it? Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe that was a stupid idea. Yeah, that was a stupid idea, wasn't it? I'm going to need to hold it till it takes. What I should have done was glued that to the orc first, because then the orc would hold it and the gun. Okay, well, we learn from our mistakes, don't we? Let me put something to hold that, something that's heavy. You can sit on that, Mr. Orc, just for a minute. Or not. There we go. So for this one, I will glue it to the orc first, I suppose. But then comes the problem of, if I've put his arms too high, that gun might not sit in the... I guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out. Yeah. I guess this is the moment of truth, isn't it? Yeah, the arms are way too high, I think. They are way too high. They're still a little bit wet though, so... There we go. They're still malleable. Malleable? That's a word I've never used. Well, I rarely use. I'm not saying never. I don't know where that came from. They are still malleable, that's the important thing. There we go, so that will stick on there. This might be my favourite model, guys, that I've ever made. I like this. I like it a lot. This is absolutely brilliant. Right, okay. It's actually brilliant. That looks wonky. Let's get that a little bit straighter. There we go. Oh my god, my goodness. Right, I'm gonna give them a second to dry. We need to stick these on, but they go underneath here. I don't think we're ready to start sticking those on, because that means I'm going to be tipping this all upside down. The orcs might fall out. So what can we move on to? These little badges that I cut off earlier, where did I put them? I put them over here. So it looks like we're going to have one on each, one on the front. I guess we can pick whichever one we want. Let's go with this one on the front. It's got the little skull thing on it. Almost looks like an orc head. We'll stick you right there. Plonk. We'll try not to get glue everywhere like I just did. God damn it. That's not ideal, but hey. And then we've got one on the side here. What is that? I don't know what that is. Some sort of claw or something. Maybe we're not supposed to put different images on. Does it matter? I don't think it matters, does it? Well, we're going to stick this one on. I don't know which way that's supposed to go, though. It would probably help if I knew which way. Is it that way? I think it's that way. I'm not familiar with the orc insignias. Oh, where's them? Well, that's none of those. So I don't know. We'll just stick it on there. Let's not stick it to the instructions, though, eh? Stick it there. Beautiful. What would be next? I'm going to keep those just out of the way. These little things. They need to go under there. I don't want to mess around with that too much right now. I'm also noticing there's like some singular ones that I haven't cut off somewhere. We have got this big orc face as well. I've not cut off yet to put anywhere. Let's move ahead a little bit. I need to come back to those and stick them on after. So this is what we need to do now. So we need to glue this on. So that looks like that goes there, and then that will go the other side, and then obviously this will go in the middle. I'm definitely not going to glue that bit, because although it says to, like, I guess I kind of like the idea of that spinning around. Though I guess there's nothing to hold it tight together, so okay, well it says to glue it, I'm going to glue it. And then we will stick some in there. Just realise I'm tipping that up with those orcs having been freshly glued. Whoa, this is fiddly. We've got 4 points of contact here. There we go, we're in. Let's make sure that's all pushed together nicely. We want that straight as well, don't we? We don't want it wonky. I will leave that like that. Now we need this part. Let's clip out that middle of that circle. Get rid of that. Now how does this go on? This goes on there somehow. On there, like that, by the looks of it. Right, that's trimmed off nicely, so we're going to get some glue in these areas where this attaches. It looks like it's in these corners. Yeah. And that's going to sit in there. Oh, does it? There. Ah, okay. That's not quite flush. I think I need to just pull that up. Just hold that for a minute. Oh, okay. I held that for quite some time. There's a little bit of a gap there. It's I've kind of gelled it over a little bit with some cement. It's not perfectly flush. I guess with this many pieces on this kind of scale, it's difficult to get them all flush like that. So, what is next? This will go up here, right? Or it had just fall off. I might do it so that it's just off the back like that. I want to make sure I've got everything on that needs to be on first, so this part is going to need to go on somehow, isn't it? So where will this go on? That's the question. On the front here, I think we've had to skip forward a little bit, haven't we? So we don't need any of that. We've already done those. We'll do those in a minute. So that's all the same. We're not putting this at the back because we don't want the big gun at the back. We want the big gun down the front here. So we don't want it at the back here. We want it down the front here. So I think that is probably going to go on there like that. I need to make sure before I actually glue it. But I'm pretty confident that is where it goes. Let me just put that out of the way just 1 second. So we're going to skip ahead to... We're not doing that. This is what we kind of want to do. So yes, it does go on there. So let's bring that back in here. What's that? Is that? Oh, it's the choice. We've chosen the Steamroller Spiky Oblivion Doom wheel. So I guess the first thing I can do is glue this in because that needs to go in. That's just about going to have enough glue, I think. Let's get some glue around there. So we can plonk that in there. We're going to want I want the orc face at a slight angle. I don't want it facing completely forward. Right, so that's that. So then this will glue on top where I said it would go. So that's pretty convenient. So where's the points of contact? So I guess along this part here. And then all the way along. I guess that will do. So that's going to go on there like that, right? I just dropped some more glue. Don't! Just keep doing that. So that's on. So then the big gun will go in the top. I think I'm going to have to glue that. Oh no. Let's just take that back off for just a second. Because we need to make sure that that is not obstructing the gun when it goes in there. Right, that's good. Let's get that glued back on. Why is that not sticking down? There we go. And that will slot. It goes in pretty firmly. I think I'm probably going to glue it though. It does say to glue it, so I guess glue it. I'll just stick it around like the middle, and I guess that will make its way up as you squash it in. I don't think it really needs the whole circle done, but I really want that facing like directly forward. So we're going to push that in pretty firmly. I'm going to be very particular. There we go. I want it exactly facing forward. Love it. Almost there. Now, binoculars will be on the top. So we'll glue him in as well. He's going to be looking just off to the side. Oh, I actually love this model. I actually love this model. This is going to be so fun to paint. So now, let me just get that out of the way just for a second so we can look at these instructions again. So that is on, that's on, that's on. He's in there. So I don't have this one. I've got the arm instead. So the arm's going to go in the back here. Here. Let's just turn to the next page and see where we're at. There is no next page, so we're pretty much done. So let's just bring this back in. Let's glue my boy in the back. And then we just need to stick those details on that I left till the end because I didn't want to turn it upside down. So we're going to put this boy in there like that, and I'm gonna have to hold him. I think I'm gonna do it so that it's, oh okay, it's already taken. I want him again at a slight angle. I just feel like it adds a little bit of character, but not too much. So I've just put him just, I feel like that's perfect, so I'm just gonna leave that like that. Yeah, there's nothing else to stick on there, is there? We are pretty much done. I just need to stick those little bits underneath, and there were also two other little parts I couldn't see. I do have these like horns or spikes or something. I may just stick those on the front somewhere, just give it a little bit more character at the front. I mean, we can stick them wherever we want, can't we? This is the beauty of these models. You don't have to do what the instructions tell you. I know people like to kind of stick to, I'm tempted. I am very tempted to stick them like that. Just sticking out like some sort of weird moustache. I am very tempted to do that. It's almost like they're supposed to go there. I'm going to. I think they look cool like that, so let me just make sure that that is nice and flush though before I do this. Oh my god, oh, that looks hilarious. It makes it look Mexican for some reason. Oh no. A Mexicork. Wow, they stuck real quickly. Let's get this one on as well. I think that looks so good. Oh my gosh. Let me just pick that up so you guys can see that better. I've just stuck them on the front like that. This one needs to come forward a little bit, just so that it's in the same position. Oh my goodness. Right, what else have we got on here? What can we stick on just to make it our own? We've got this orc head thing. I don't really know where that goes. We can find somewhere. Maybe somewhere on the back. No, it feels like there's a door missing here. Where can we put this? It feels like there's somewhere that this is supposed to go that I haven't realised I'm supposed to put it there. I feel like there's something supposed to go in here too. Have I forgotten to put something in here? Or is that just like a little bit where they can breathe? I guess orcs need to breathe too. Unless they think they don't need to breathe. I've heard a very funny tale about when the orcs had their ship was falling apart in the warp, but they thought that they were okay until another orc ship said, hey, why have you got holes? Surely you can't breathe. And then they all suffocated to death because of the other orcs. I think we'll have a look at that. I am going to stick that on the display for you guys to have a good 360 view of that. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next one.